And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your number one consumer advocate. Everything's all about being your advocate, helping you win in any marketplace. That is our goal.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Now, we want you to save our hotline number in your phone. At some point, you're going to need it. 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
813-670-7372. That's our consumer advocate hotline number. Now, you can call or text that number with any questions, comments that you may have on the show. We'd love to help give you that consumer advocate advice, help you avoid a lot of the commission breath that's so prevalent in our community, helping you make you just a bit more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We have a event coming up as well. I want to let you know about this BYOB event. And no, it's not bring your own booze. This is be your own brand. Learn how to brand yourself to stand out. This is coming up on Thursday, April 18th, 6 to 9 p.m. at Nickel. It's New York Kitchen Lounge right here across the street from International Mall at 4606 West Boy Scout Boulevard, right behind the Lucky Dill, our restaurant partner, Nickel. So it's on Thursday, April 18th, 6 to 9 p.m. Now, what can you expect? You're going to expect really awesome networking, great opportunity to meet other professionals, business owners, managers, salesmen and women. BYOB, be your own brand. Learn how to brand yourself and to stand out in a busy environment here in the business climate that is here in Tampa Bay. So save that date. And this segment is brought to you by Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And I can tell you from first-hand experience, they do a great job. They actually helped my wife and I move into our new home. First-class organization here from the top down. Gary Thacker and his whole team over there do a great job. Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. They hold a 4.6 rating on Google, an A rating on the Better Business Bureau, A rating on Angie's List, and a 4.5 on Yelp. And they've also won the Super Service Award multiple times. Give them a call. Let them know that the real estate quarterback sent you, and they're going to give you some special offers and incentives. Brothers Easy Moving, the official moving partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. And we got an all-star lineup for you today. This is Intelligent Talk Radio. We've got some of our expert contributors in the house. Kevin Fiske back in studio, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. Welcome back, sir.
Hey, I'm glad to be here again, Brennan. So, excuse me. So, we were talking earlier that Facebook popped up in the news this morning. So I don't know how many people have heard this, and I apologize for my voice. I got a hoarse cough. But the federal government has actually filed charges, an investigation against Facebook for their, I don't know how much everyone knows that recently they had changed their advertising model. Right. So they went away from the thousands of categories that they used to have. But the problem that the federal government has is we have federal laws for lending.
That's right.
And specifically what they're looking at is Facebook used to allow lenders to go in there and specify gender, race, ethnicity. That's a big no-no against federal law. So
yeah, boy.
So that's a hot topic. Curious to see how that's gonna roll out. I believe we're gonna talk about Zillow as well. But all these things are massive methods of advertising for everybody in the real estate industry across the nation.
Time.
So not only the realtors, the lenders, everybody. Obviously we're trying to get our message out there to the masses about what we can do. And this could be a game changer.
Big time. Yeah, big stuff. They're going to have Zuckerberg back in front of Congress, I think. He's going to be called to Washington, D.C., I believe. All right, so we also have Ray Hall, Ray the appraiser, making his debut. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate being here today.
Yeah, man.
Been looking forward to it.
Absolutely. Yeah, good stuff. I love, just before the game, the show here in the green room, just kind of pitching and catching real estate and some of the changes over the industry. Always good talk there.
Yep, and got excited when you said you want to discuss Zillow today.
Yeah, right. Let's talk about it. A lot of homeowners they say, "Oh, but Zillow said this. My house is worth this." Yeah. Come on now. Wait, I got a button for that. Here's the button.
Come on, man.
So it's one of those things where it's one of the most important parts of the real estate business, and it's one of the most challenging parts as well when it comes to a listing agent like myself trying to list someone's home, giving them the best advice I can. Man, valuations and appraisals, it's your business.
Right, and you can imagine what it does for me when I come out and go through my process and follow all the regulations and everything I have to do to create an appraisal. A lot of people see me come out to their house for 20, 30 minutes and think, and a lot of times they ask, so what's it worth? Mm-hmm. Well, I've still got another 2-3 hours of work to do before I know what it's worth.
That's right.
So if you can click onto a website and they're giving you that instant value,
exactly.
How'd they do that?
Good point. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So Ray Hall, Ray the appraiser here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More from Ray and Kevin coming up here as well. And when you think about the market and where we're at now, it's one of the things, we're in the middle of a shift. So that's something I want to discuss as well. We are in the middle of a bit of a shift here. We've had things have been great for so long. You've had such a strong demand for homes, lack of inventory going back 12 to 18 months, really was probably the prime peak, 12 to 18, maybe even 24 months. But now we're starting to see things slowly trend to the buyer side. Inventories, kind of hanging out a little bit longer. And it's almost a tale of two markets, right? There's a tale of two markets, meaning when property owners price their homes to sell, they sell. When they price them too aggressively or too high, they sit. And that's another challenge that you have when dealing with homeowners.
Yeah, and a lot of what I do at times is doing the appraisal for the pre-listing on some of these complicated properties. Give you an example, I had someone who's looking to sell their manufactured home that they doubled in size with a site-built addition. Mm-hmm. And the realtor called me up and said, I have no idea where to value this. Right. And, especially in, like you said, in a market like this where we're having that transition, sometimes it helps to get that second opinion and because you don't want it sitting. Right. But you also don't want to leave money on the table either.
That's right. Yeah, it's such a fine balance there. It really is. So we got a great lineup for you today here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. 5 o'clock drive time, your 1380 The Biz weekend show on 102.5 The Bone. We're on Apple TV, Amazon TV, Roku, and 85 other outlets. So I urge you to check out our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you on our website at consumerqb.com. Now, you can see links to all of our expert contributors there as well. Their contact information is all on the site, and we'd love for you to check it out, give us some feedback. As you know, I'm the owner of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. My wife and I own and operate that team, and we are recruiting agents to our team right now. So if you know of anybody in the game wants to get into real estate, we'd love to talk to them. We've got some really cool things that we can do to help them streamline their business, grow their business, and utilize our unique radio and TV show marketing to get exposure for our listings. So I've got a couple of hot properties here. This one is one of my favorites right now, 4101 Coquina Key Drive, Southeast in St. Petersburg. Now, 4 bedrooms, 2 and 1/2 bath. This is in beautiful South St. Pete area, waterfront. This property is right on the water, sailboat access, deep water access. 4 bedrooms, 2 and 1/2 bath, and a 2-car garage. Coquina Key, 2-story home, deep water canal, $429,000, just reduced $429,000 for 4101 Coquina Key Drive Southeast. Beautiful property. All right, 207 Coronado Drive in Clearwater. This is a commercial asset. This is a $3.5 million listing of mine, and it is a lot of value in the land, of course, here in Clearwater Beach. And when you look at the aerial drone photography right across the street from the Wyndham Grand, adjacent to the Hyatt, and you're talking about $100+ million assets across the street from it. And we have this opportunity to buy for a business owner, entrepreneur, developer. Great opportunity here at 207 Coronado Drive in beautiful Clearwater Beach. Again, the #1 beach in the world, just recently voted top beach as well in the United States. A couple of hot property listings. Check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com. PlatinumMVPTeam.com. All right, so let's jump right into this stuff. We got some great stuff to talk about, Kevin. First of all, a veteran. Kevin's a veteran here. He does some really great loan programs for our veterans out there. All types of loan programs, conventional, renovations. There's lots of different opportunities. And probably my favorite, though, is that 100% financing option that you have.
Yeah, the no money down. Can't go wrong there. So we can do that basically nationwide. And, it's a little bit different than what most folks hear when they hear down payment assistance. Most people go to what they think their local county has.
Right.
I mean, we can do that one as well.
Yep.
But there are so many restrictions with that program. Income limits, or they might even specify you have to buy in a certain census tract,
Yep.
or you have to be a first-time buyer. The in-house that we have, no income limit. You don't have to be a first-time home buyer. And in fact, the best program is we have one where if you make your payments on time for 3 years, they erase the remainder of that the portion that you would have borrowed for that down payment.
Yeah, that's 3.5% most likely.
Yeah,
right?
and that's what we call a soft second, where basically, let's say it's a $200,000 home. Let's say you're going FHA, so that would be $7,000 minimum down payment you would normally write. Well, with our down payment assistance, you don't have to write a nickel.
Yeah.
You make those three years of payments, and then the balance of that $7,000 is just forgiven.
Wow.
Completely.
Super strong program. I love that. And especially for renters out there, if you're renting, you're throwing your money away, paying your landlord's mortgage. You're not building up equity. You don't have that consistent, hey, you could show up any day and have to move, have a notice on your door. Hey, we sold the property. You got 30, 45 days to vacate. How stressful would that be to be landed with that? So let's talk about renters coming up as well. The fact that you support your local economy with both of our expert contributors here as another major reason to hang on to us here on the show. We're going to take a quick time out. When we come back, we have our feel-good story of the day. Iowa farmers send relief to Nebraska flood victims. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show, hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes. Do not touch that dial. I'll come right through the radio and grab your throat.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by TrueLeaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. And we want to help you win in any marketplace, buying, selling, or investing. We would love to talk to you. Got a hot property listing over in Largo. This one's 11556 110th Terrace over in Largo. This is a great opportunity here. Concrete block, just a great lot. You're close to the runway there, what's the trail, the Pinellas Trail.
Pinellas
Lost
Trail.
that one.
Runway.
Couldn't come up with that one. But yeah, so great opportunity in Largo. I think we're having an open house there this weekend. Check it out. Say hello to our team member Aaron Foley over there at 11556 110th Terrace in Largo. Beautiful real estate property. And PlatinumMVPTeam.com for all your real estate needs.
Somewhere sunny and 75.
And this segment is brought to you by the Bill Maher Beach Resort over on beautiful Treasure Island. It's a great opportunity to go take the family down, whether you're planning a business trip, a family vacation, a business trip, a wedding, a corporate outing. Bill Maher Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. 2 pools on site. They got Sloppy Joe's restaurant, the grill, the bar and grill there. And it's a great time over at Bill Maher Beach Resort on Treasure Island, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we're back here in studio helping you win. We got Kevin Fiske in the house, local lender, support your local economy, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. And we also have Ray Hall, Ray the appraiser here in studio. And so some good crosstalk there. Some valuations I think would be a good key here when we think about where we're at in the market. I want to go to Ray here on this one. So Ray, with the shift happening in the market, Gary Keller wrote a book called The Shift, and he's talking about pricing ahead of the market. Mm-hmm. And where we're at with Tampa Bay. Now, granted, a lot of times people hear national numbers. They hear things and they say, like, for example, the Case-Shiller is a composite of the top 20 markets, the top 20 city, urban markets. And you hear these national numbers, and I think a lot of times people get confused between national numbers and, here we are in beautiful Tampa Bay, Clearwater, St. Pete, Palm Harbor. What a great place to live, work, and play.
It is. It's a beautiful place to be. And even within the Tampa Bay area, not every market area is going to have the same trends.
Right.
You look at now, I do roughly 30 to 50 appraisals a month. I'm in a lot of neighborhoods. I'm in a lot of homes. I have a lot of miles on my car.
Yeah.
But I've been in some neighborhoods where I've seen slight declines over the past 12 months. I've seen some neighborhoods with significant incline.
Yes.
So really, these national numbers are a great tool, but you really need to know your specific market. Especially if you're trying to price ahead of the market,
yes,
you've really got to be able to pinpoint your specific market area and the trends that are happening now.
Yes, absolutely. And it's so important for sellers also to understand that, a real estate professional, there's different levels of professionals as well.
Absolutely.
Is a big part of it. We were talking before the show is sometimes, you'll see like just that sale that doesn't make sense. It was sold a little bit low. It seems to be a very similar property. Could be the real estate agent just is a cavalier agent, maybe a part-timer, or faking it a little bit, faking it till they make it, whatever you call it. But they could come in there with bad comps, price the home low. Homeowner doesn't know any better. They list it there, boom, it sells. Now all of a sudden, that's a comp in the whole neighborhood.
Yeah, and I've seen it many times. I've gone to an appraisal where, someone's purchasing the condominium or house, and the price is significantly higher than what I think they could have gone to.
Right.
I told you the story of the condo I appraised up by the USF, where a student was purchasing the condo, and his goal was to live there while going to school, fix it up, and then rent it out.
Yep.
And he purchased this condo basically at the highest price of the market.
Wow.
Yet it was an REO.
Oh man!
This
so
was
real estate owned, foreclosure,
bank owned property.
Yep.
Usually, you've got a lot of negotiation room in those properties.
Yep.
And at that point, I was thinking, well, why wasn't he guided a little bit better?
Right.
Yep. I understand we're all here to conduct business and so on and so forth, but let's deal with a professional who's out there for us.
Yeah, that's right. Well, the answer is there's a lot of real estate agents in the market. There's a lot of realtors that hey, let's face it, it's a 62-hour course. You know, people can get licensed. It's the easiest profession to get into with less barrier to entry in terms of highest reward per. Especially if you have work ethic. You know, if you got work ethic, you get out there and you work hard.
Hustle.
You can make money. If you hustle and you work smart, you can definitely make good money, 6-figure income. So. Great example there. By the way, if you just joined us, Brandon Rhymes here. I'm talking with Ray Hall, raytheappraiser.com, Ray Hall Appraisals, Kevin Fiske in the house as well, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage. So when you think about values, I wanted to just kind of ask you a little bit, kind of leading up to, where do you see us going? Where are we at right now? Are we in the middle of a little bit of a shift, in your opinion?
I think, and a lot of people are afraid of, I've heard people talking about recession and another crash and this and that. I don't necessarily see that happening.
Just perhaps a slowdown.
A correction.
Yeah.
More of a correction in the market.
Yep.
I started appraising 14 years ago in 2004. And I remember getting orders for an appraisal and the value not being there and them just holding on and waiting.
Yep.
Because at times, some areas, you're talking 20% a week.
Yep.
Increases in value. And the problem is when you build up that high, that fast, it's going to fall down.
That's right.
This time around, we didn't have those huge jumps in value. We didn't have, where everybody was all of a sudden a real estate professional and everybody's an investor making money. So we had a little more of a normal increase in the market. Now it's just a normal correction. Like I said, I haven't seen any dramatic decreases anywhere.
Right.
Just a slowdown.
Yep. And then Kevin, on your side as well. I mean, that makes a lot of sense because we don't have those irrational loan programs. Those, the best term I heard, what they called that, what we went through, was irrational exuberance.
Yeah, 2004. First of all, I started back then. That was what we call the Wild West.
Yeah, that's right.
Like you said, we had crazy programs. Now we've got so many checks and balances, government oversight, new regulations, new laws. There's
AMCs.
There's the appraisal management company. So it used to be in 04, say if I was working with Ray, I'd pick the phone up as the loan originator, and I would call Ray and say, Ray, I need you out there tomorrow. This is what the contract's for, and go. And so it was, Ray kind of knew if I don't get near that value, so he's digging hard for comps. But I mean, that was just that market. But now it's through an appraisal management company, so nobody can pick the phone up and talk to Ray. They go through their appraisal management company. So there's some insulation. That's just one example. And then you said the loan programs, no joke. We used to have people that would come in, if their score's high enough, 800 score, I work at Chili's as a server, and I make $100,000, and they'd write it on a piece of paper, and the government said that is acceptable for conventional lending, and
unbelievable.
You're asking for trouble. So what would happen is it would artificially inflate all of these values, and then when the person that just bought 4 homes with a piece of paper, if they miss one payment, then another payment, then you get one foreclosure in a nice community, then that starts setting the values for the next, and just the house of cards fell down.
Absolutely.
So we will never, ever, ever see that that again.
Yeah. Now, and the other side, too, is where you'd say, I used to make that same call, and it would be to Bernice, and I would say, I need a 90% cash out refi. And we would refi somebody that we just refied like 18 months ago. So we get that cash out. We got another loan with full fees, and all those fees are going on top. So that was back when I didn't really know the difference of.
And we can't even do that anymore because we have to show a net there's actually a worksheet for net tangible benefit.
Right, I've heard of that.
So even the VA's even harsher on that. So let's say a veteran had bought a home not too long ago. He's got the built up equity, and he wants to do some home improvements. We really have to document exactly what he's doing. Because rightfully so, the VA wants to protect the veteran.
Right.
But there's all sorts of examples of, no, we need net tangible. Because believe it or not, there are still some shady garbage lenders out there that, no, I'll do the loan. It's like, why? Because you're going to save them 3/4 of a point, which, really doesn't equate to much savings.
We had that happen this past week. We had one of our buyer agents that was involved with the transaction. The lender wouldn't let go of the deal. Oh, no, we can get it done. We've got text messages in writing. We can get it done. Up until the last day, and it failed. And now that borrower is going to lose their $1,000 escrow deposit.
That is so not right.
Yep.
So not right.
So it's crazy how that does happen, But not most of the people listen to this show. We got great people listening to this show. This is the business network here. These are good people here, and we want to help you with all these different buying decisions, whether it's real estate, credit, finance, estate planning, tax planning, solar technologies, home inspections. We've got 80 plus categories, over 60 show partners here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and each one of those hardworking individuals comes into the show. They take time out of their busy schedule to serve as a consumer advocate. It's all about helping you as a consumer, whether you're a viewer of our TV shows out there, listener on our radio programs. We want to help you understand more about your buying decisions, avoid a lot of that commission-based advice, and just make you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. That's what it's all about. And Ray, I know you have that similar message with your folks that you do business with.
Absolutely, and the more I was going out to homes and speaking with the realtors, I'll never forget, I went into one house and I met with the realtor, and she very sheepishly asked me, "Can I ask you a question?"
Yeah.
I said, "Sure." She said, "Well, we're told we're not allowed to talk to you."
Right.
I said, "You can whatever you want." And we ended up, an inspection that should have taken about 30 minutes was about an hour and a half.
Right.
Because she just had all these questions, because most people don't know what the appraiser does.
Yeah.
So
they have no background on it. That's I feel like, my background in lending back in the day, H&R Block Mortgage, our Residential Finance Corporation, a couple different lenders, Argent Mortgage on the AmeriQuest, wholesale side. So I got a big perspective of the industry, from the lending side, from the real estate side, friends with appraisers as well. So we want to help you out there. Stay with us right here, Consumer Quarterback Show. Check out our website, consumerqb.com. And our feel-good story of the day: Iowa farmers send relief to Nebraska flood victims. Stay with us, consumerqb.com.
This is Warwick Dunn, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show, hosted by my man, Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. This segment is brought to you by our official restaurant partner, the Lucky Dill, home of the sandwich that ate Brooklyn. And they got a restaurant, they've got deli, New York City bar, Brooklyn bakery, catering, and they have banquets as well. 4606 West Boy Scout Boulevard, the Lucky Dill, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, also located in Palm Harbor off of US 19. And by the way, we're having an event right behind the Lucky Dill. There's also same owners, same management. I believe it's New York Kitchen Lounge in Nickel. So New York Kitchen Lounge. Be Your Own Brand is our event. I want you to save the date, Thursday, April 18th, 6 to 9 p.m. at Nickel, 4606 West Boy Scout Boulevard. We're going to be having a networking event, and it's called BYOB, Be Your Own Brand. Learn how to brand yourself to stand out, coming up just a couple of weeks, so save that date. In studio today, we've got our expert contributors, Kevin Fiske, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, longtime friend of the program, Ray Hall making his debut, Ray the Appraiser, Ray Hall Appraisals, and here in studio. So let's talk about, let's go. I want to go back to Kevin and get a little bit more deeper into some of these different programs that he's offering. So you've got the conventional, you got the FHA, you've got some of the renovation loan programs. What's kind of hot right now? What are people doing?
Well, I mean, we can always go back to the VA, the vet, because nobody can touch what we can do for the veterans across the country. Because, it's all, every VA mortgage is 100% finance and no mortgage insurance. That, hands down, makes it the #1 play. But what we do to give back to all of our veterans, no bank fee, no lender fee, we'll pay for the appraisal. Who else is going to do that?
I like that.
Yeah, nobody. So, but the down payment assistance program, that's FHA, that's conventional, so you don't have to be a first-time home buyer. We touched on that earlier. But also, anybody out there that's watching or listening, if you're self-employed, small business owner, meaning, let's say you do your tax returns, you got a 1040, on your Schedule C, you're probably taking every write-off you can.
Right.
So at the bottom line, you don't have to write a big fat check to Uncle Sam. Well, that's great when it's tax day, not so great when you're buying a home day.
That's right.
So we have an option for that where we don't look at your tax returns at all. We just process your bank statements. We're looking at deposits. We have a whole formula so we can take what normally would be declined and you're buying a house as a self-employed.
I like that. Yeah, because it makes sense. You look at the 12-month bank statements, that's the money that flowed through that bank account. Are you taking 75% of that? What do you guys have
There's a couple different ways we can do it. Sometimes we'll get a letter from the CPA, whoever is doing their taxes, to say what their expense ratio is. So then they'll come up with an exact percentage instead of us just arbitrarily saying it's going to be this percentage. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to work 100% of the time.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. So I love that metaphor too. Tax day versus loan day, mortgage day, right? It's a big different number there. And that's the thing you deal with too. Like we've talked about, people are so hesitant to pull the trigger on getting that pre-approval, but then they find that house that they love. It's priced right. And it's one of those houses that's going to sell fast and it's gone by the time they
lose. Yeah, absolutely. So the proper way to do it is, sure, talk to that realtor, but at the same time, as soon as you talk to the realtor, you want to get that application going, get those documents into the lender.
Yep.
So we can get a pre-approval.
Yep.
Because really, when you go to make the offer, if you make an offer without a pre-approval letter, they might not even accept it.
Yeah.
And if they do, and the other guy's got a pre-approval letter, which one are they going to go with?
Yeah. And you could, as a realtor, your fiduciary, you could be, pretty much reprimanded pretty strongly if you don't have a pre-approval and you tell your buyer, hey, or your seller, hey, take this offer. That could be an issue for you. I want to ask a question while we're talking about VA because, remember in the boom, things were going so fast. A lot of people, they got competitive offers, right? But they would turn down that FHA or that VA offer versus over a cash or conventional. Obviously cash, people know cash closes fast. So you had these investors, these hedge funds coming in, basically pushing out a lot of the first-time buyers, a lot of the veterans, because the stigma is, as a home seller, it's harder to get a VA loan done. It's harder to get an FHA loan done, and maybe directing this one to you, Ray, because of the appraisal.
Yep.
There's stringent. It's a little bit more stringent, right?
It's a lot more stringent.
Okay.
I'm not a VA appraiser, unfortunately. That's a tough one to get into, but I am an FHA appraiser.
Okay.
And it's a very strict process. It's when I go into the house, I'm turning on all your appliances. I'm making sure the AC is cold. If your house is built before a certain date and there's chipping paint,
lead,
possibility of lead paint, I have to do it subject to, completion of this work. And that also works with reverse mortgages. They have to be all done to FHA standards.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a good example. I went out to a house a couple weeks ago where they were trying to get a reverse mortgage, and I walked in, and as I walk up to the house, I can see the blue tarp on the roof.
Oh, gosh.
No, boy.
So I know right there, it's a no-go. If you have a leaky roof, it's not going to happen.
Wow.
It turns out it leaked so bad, the drywall from the second floor had caved in.
Oh, wow.
So I still completed my inspection, and as soon as I got in my car, I called the lender. I said, hey, I'll do you the favor, and just, if you want to call it quits on it now.
Yeah.
I said, because there's a lot of work before he's...
Wow.
So that's subject to.
So definitely subject to.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why. And so there's just these small little things that can really put the deal in a bind.
Yeah.
Just because I have to report it, and I have to, if I might not be able to allow that value unless these small issues are fixed and completed, and it prolongs the process. And it could get frustrating to the borrower and the seller.
Especially, roof issues, fascia, soffit fascia, those types of issues. We're talking with Ray Hall here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, raytheappraiser.com. Kevin Fiske in the house as well. Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, highly respected mortgage lender here in the Tampa Bay market. Nationwide as well. You do loans all 50 states. Yeah, man, it's interesting. So what I thought we might talk about here, let's transition into, I just added a new roof. What does that make my house worth?
Right.
Or we just dropped in a new kitchen. We just dropped in a new pool. All these different questions that you have about home ownership. And, again, sometimes these online engines give you a false, recognition.
$1 million.
Yeah. What I just put, it kind of reminds me of that well, I won't say it on this show, but I'll tell you after the break. Johnny Knoxville story. But anyway, so Ray, what about that? If they have certain upgrades, do they necessarily see that on the value of their home, or is it still based on the neighborhood comps?
It's all on the neighborhood comps.
Right.
I've seen it many times where I go into a home, and they spend a lot of money on that kitchen renovation.
Yep.
A lot of money, and they put a lot of high end. They put maybe Wolf appliances.
Yep.
The rare granite. You wouldn't believe it, but there are different pricings on granite due to its availability in the quarries. And they've put all this money into it. And at the end of the day, don't be that guy.
Yeah.
If you, it's called what we call over-improved.
Over-improvement, yes.
And it's unfortunately a common thing with renovations. People over-improve on their renovations, and you don't get that value back.
That's right.
Because we have to look at what the typical buyer is paying for a house with a renovated kitchen.
Yep.
And if it's only a $10,000, $20,000 increase in value, according to the comparables in the neighborhood,
you
don't want to spend $50,000, $60,000 on it.
Right. So talk to me about solar. How does solar impact that?
Again, it's still in its kind of early stages,
right,
value-wise. I've seen in certain areas where solar's done nothing.
Yeah.
It's
interesting, yeah.
Because you still have to pay for that solar.
So the thing is, too, we work with David Ringo, 3D Solar. They're a Fast 50 top. They were number 12 on the Fast 50 list last year. Really great company, man. Great partner of the show. And we look at it. A lot of times they say, let's say, for example, your home, your average home has a $200,000 or a $200 a month electric bill.
Correct.
They can come in and write a program, get you with no money down or out of pocket a solar panel package on your home, and make your bill out to be, let's just say, $140 a month. So you save $60 per month, but then the big difference is at the end of your 10 or 15 years, whatever that payback is, you have no power bill.
Right.
And the only thing that's guaranteed with Duke or TECO or Florida Power and Light
is it's going to go up.
It's going to go up.
Right.
Exactly.
So it is a value, but exactly, like, how do you translate that into something that the lender is going to see, and most importantly, the investor, because that's who ultimately most people don't realize all these mortgages are packaged and sold as mortgage-backed securities on the secondary market.
Yeah, and like I said, and the thing is we really don't have a whole lot of those properties. I mean, we can go into MLS and we can filter for energy efficient items like solar panels, but maybe I'm appraising a house in my neighborhood with solar panels, and maybe nothing else with solar panels is sold except for 10 miles away.
Right.
This is really representative of my neighborhood.
Exactly.
Right. When it gets that far of a distance, then you can't put as much weight in it, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
My next door neighbor, their whole house is solar.
Wow.
Their electric bill is $14 a month.
Nice. I love it.
And that sounds great, but I remember being told that when they built their house, they spent $30,000 on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how long do you plan on being in your house? I mean, it's like anything. Is it worth it?
If it's your forever home, like for us, we're strongly considering it. We just built our dream home on the lake, and just
your little shack.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So we're excited about that. So it's when you think about the yes, it's an investment. But from the get-go, they make it to where you're already saving money from month one.
Right.
Based on a $200 electric bill, I'm only going to pay $140, so I'm saving money. Plus, you get the tax credits too. Exactly. That's something we haven't spoke about either. But hey, it's good stuff here. Intelligent Talk Radio here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. More from Kevin Fiske, Ray Hall here on our show when we come back, and we're going to jump into our feel-good segment of the day. Iowa farmer sends relief to Nebraska flood victims. Stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
This is the Cannabis Podcast, powered by True Leaf on Radio Influence. It's an inside look and the scientific facts in and around the world of medical cannabis. Now, here is your host, Ian Beckles.
He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. You're listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, published author, professional speaker. Check out our book on Amazon, Become the MVP in Your Industry by Surfing the Radio Waves. And that's kind of our prequel to the business we launched with Ken Shamrock, the ultimate fighting champion, WWF legend. He's our business partner with the Business Growth Celebrity Academy. Check out bgca.co for more details on how you can grow your celebrity and help you become a micro celebrity and build wealth, personal brand, and increase your status in the community. And real excited about that business we launched with Ken and Dez. And a couple of hot listings here. Got to let you know about this one in St. Pete, 165 23rd Avenue in St. Petersburg. This property is just south of downtown, great neighborhood, corner lot, and just a nice community. And just a motivated seller here. He's got some really nice upgrades on the inside. Great property, 165 23rd Avenue, St. Petersburg.
Down payment assistance right there.
There it is, right there. I like it. I like it. That's a nice, 100% financing available.
Yeah, boom.
100% financing. 1682 Palace over in Clearwater is another nice property as well. 1682 Palace Drive, Clearwater. 4-bedroom split floor plan, updated bathrooms, and a eat-in kitchen. Easy for me to say. So great neighborhood. And check out the beautiful drone photography compliments of Fabre Frameworks. They do a great job for all of our real estate photography. Shout out to Fabre Frameworks, Sean and Manny. They do a great job over there at Fabre Frameworks. All right, every day we're going to tell you something positive in our Feel Good segment of the day.
Tell me something good.
Iowa farmers have united to bring aid to flooded communities in Nebraska. Images of flooding led Iowa farmers Robert Brulick and James Garrett to take action. It's tough to see them people in that kind of shape, he was quoted as saying. Garnott told Fox. He said, after a few phone calls to other local farmers, an oversized load semi-truck loaded with 75 bales of hay is on its way to Columbus, Nebraska. Others in the community donated money for fuel and supplies. And, quote, when you have livestock and things go wrong, I can only imagine having to feed them after you've saved them. Somebody's got to help, so that's what we're here for. That's what we're going to do, Brulick said. So Americans coming together, Kevin.
I was about to say the same thing. Americans helping Americans. I love it, baby.
Yeah, man.
Love it.
Good to see.
Yeah. States helping each other, jumping in, especially, we think about that with hurricane season around the corner. Hopefully we have a light one this year. We could do for a couple light ones in a row. But, so here in studio, we got Kevin Fiske, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage, our local mortgage expert contributor. Ray Hall, RayTheAppraiser.com. And
what's his nickname? Everyone seems to have nicknames here. I'm Lending Ninja.
The Lending Ninja, that's right. We got William Crowley, the Credit Magician. We've got Fred Muth, a.k.a. the Tin Man, because he does the screened aluminum buildings. So Ray's the Appraiser. Ray the Appraiser.
Ray the Appraiser.
Okay. Or Big Play Ray?
Big Play Ray. There you go.
I like it.
There you go. Nice. I like that. Helping you win in any marketplace. That's our goal here. Let's jump into our lightning round here.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Kevin Fiske, Mutual of Omaha Mortgage.
I'd like to say to all the listeners and viewers out there, give us a call. Call into the show, whether you think you can't buy because of credit, you can't buy because of down payment, or even those of you that aren't sure whether you can swing it with the self-employment, or the folks that none of that's an issue for you, but you're looking to upsize, you're looking to downsize, right size, or even someone looking to purchase commercial properties. Just give us a call. Call into the show. But between the Platinum MVP and our office, we'll get it all taken care of. So give us a call.
We'll take care of you for sure. Ray Hall, Ray the Appraiser. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom.
What I'd say to everybody is when dealing with your home, purchasing a home, renovating your home, don't play around with the value. Don't guesstimate on everything. Call our office. Consultations are free. Discussions are free. See if we can help you figure out the most profitable way to do your renovations, the fixings up on your house. You don't want to over-improve, but you don't want to under-improve. You want to talk to someone who's had years of experience and has seen the inside of hundreds of homes to guide you in the right direction and, help you do the most
beneficial.
Beneficial, work on your house.
Yeah.
So you can see me at rayhallappraisals.com or raytheappraiser.com. Call my office, and we're happy to talk.
So, Ray, here's another follow-up question to that. With these renovation loans, or even somebody that just says, hey, I've got extra cash in the bank, I'm sitting here in a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home in Seminole, Florida.
Okay.
You know, would it make sense to go in and add a second bathroom, or does it depend on the floor plan?
It's going to depend on the
neighborhood.
It's going to depend on the neighborhood. If most of the homes in that neighborhood are 2-bathroom homes, you know, you want to be with the neighborhood. Is that third one going to make it different? You don't want to be the only home in the neighborhood with that extra feature.
Yeah.
Because value-wise, who knows?
What if it's a 1-bedroom though? Like,
if it's a 1-bedroom,
I meant a 1-bath. Sorry,
1-bath. Yeah,
because that's a challenge for families with teenagers, etc.
Right. And then most likely going into that second bathroom is gonna, even if it just provides a marketing point.
Right.
But value-wise, you probably would see perhaps an increase in your value, just because your buyers are going to be looking in that market saying,
yeah,
well, these are all 2 bathrooms.
Yep.
Why don't we have it here? And like for families, I know I have 2 small kids at home, and I need my own bathroom.
Yeah.
I have 2 little girls.
Yep.
It's a horrible in there. I don't walk into their bathroom.
yeah, exactly. So, and I know when you look at the expired listings or the properties that don't sell, a lot of times it's the 2-bedroom, 1-bath, the 3 bedrooms, 1-bath. It's just, that's a challenge for. So that's that's a question I had in my mind. Here's one thing I want to offer in the lightning round to our listeners out there. We take great pride in being that consumer advocate, and it may not be for you, but maybe someone you know or love, maybe somebody that's just graduated school or they're looking at starting their career. If they're renting out there, they're paying 30 to 40%. The statistics show that they're paying too much money for their number one expense in most cases is where you live, your housing expense. So what I wanted to do today is I wanted to offer for the first 3 listeners, I want to offer a rent versus own analysis. Okay, so I'm going to put Kevin and his team to work here. If you text the word rent and the amount of rent that you're paying, what we're going to do is we're going to put together a rent versus own analysis. And it's going to break down the numbers for you real simple on a spreadsheet here. It's going to show you on this side, here's what you do if you continue to pay your rent at, say, $1,200 per month versus what you could buy and build an equity over, especially when you look at these numbers 5 and 10 year projections out. You look at 80,000, 180,000, lots of money that you build up in wealth. So text the word rent and the amount of rent that you're paying to our consumer advocate hotline, 813-670-7372. Just text rent and the amount of rent that you're paying. And if you can call and leave a voicemail, do that as well. Our promise is that we're going to get back to you before our head hits the pillow. So the first 3 listeners or texters who call in, we're going to take care of you with one of these rent versus own analysis programs, and it's going to help you understand more about those different decisions. And also, if you have an interest in appraisal, just text appraisal too as well. Text appraisal to 813-670-7372. And we'll put you in touch with Ray Hall, raytheappraiser.com. So, yeah, Kevin, I think that's a misconception people have is, when it comes to renting, they just think, we're doing okay, we're going to rent, and just kind of fall into that lull. They kind of lull themselves to sleep, right?
And I say it till I'm blue in the face. Stop making your darn landlord rich.
Yes.
Because think back to what you were paying for rent 5-10 years ago. Everyone out there was paying less.
Right.
So push that forward 5 to 10 years from now. You're going to pay more.
Yes.
So if you buy a home, you're building the wealth. What you're paying monthly, your housing expense will remain constant, except 30 years from now, you own it completely. But imagine what those rents are 30 years from now. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, it really is. It really is. Renting versus owning. It's a challenge I see out there. Credit as well. People waiting to the last minute to pull their credit when they go get that pre-approval done. We mentioned we got the William Crowley, the credit magician, that can help you with that. Lots of ways we can help you here on the show, and a rent versus own is a good start. So, Ray, parting words. We got a couple minutes here left. Anything else that we should have touched on that we may not have?
And we had discussed the automated valuation models like Zillow, things like that.
Yep.
I always tell people if the value of your home is important to you, or the sale price of your home is important to you, don't trust a computer program that generates that value within seconds.
Yeah,
it
exactly.
takes me hours to do it. Those online tools, they're looking at public records. Public records has no idea what the comps look like inside.
Right.
It has no idea what your house looked like inside.
Yep.
Go with a professional who's got experience in doing it and knows what to look for and what's going on in the market. Also, I always tell people, when fixing up your home, don't always equate the cost of your project to the value.
That's right.
I'm a good example. I just built a pool on my house.
Yep.
And I estimated probably put about $10,000-$15,000 worth of value on it. Trust me, it cost me a lot more than that.
Yep.
But I got it because I wanted it.
Yeah, it was a lifestyle thing. You mentioned you have 2 kids, and let them wear themselves out there and swim in the pool, right?
Exactly. I've had people angry at me because I didn't adjust for the LED light bulbs they put in.
Oh, good.
And at the end of the day, it's a light bulb. So just understand. Do these projects because it makes your home comfortable and it's more comfortable for your family.
Right.
But don't expect to get everything back in value.
Yeah, exactly. Great point. Hey, great show today. Excellent content. Kevin Fiske, thanks so much for coming in. Ray Hall, thank you for coming in as well. Thanks to all of our producers, our listeners, viewers out there of our show. We want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing, carry it with you to and from your commute, hand it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. And check us out online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, and the Consumer Quarterback Show pages on Facebook as well as LinkedIn. And we'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380. The Biz.
Are you a real estate agent looking to take your business to the next level and supercharge your marketing? Hi, I'm Brandon Rhymes, owner of Platinum MVP Realty and host of the Real Estate Quarterback Show, syndicated radio and TV show talk program on iHeartRadio, 102.5 The Bone, daily 5 o'clock drive time on 1380 The Biz, and our TV show is on WeBeam TV. We're looking for real estate agents that want to join our team and supercharge their marketing utilizing some of our innovative strategies. We utilize the Real Geeks platform, Facebook marketing, internet marketing, and a lot of the traditional methods as well. Postcard mailers mailed for you, postage, signage, business cards, all paid for by the company. Aggressive real estate splits and ways to help you win in any marketplace. We need you to go out, take applications, and work our plethora of leads that we're generating on a daily basis. Reach out by clicking the form below, and we'd love to have a confidential interview with you.